day today. Awesome Friday. Happy February 15th, TEDxCharlotte. Woohoo! The first piece that we're going to do today is called Dawn of Inspiration. Ooh, yeah. We're all soldiers in the hope for tomorrow, and I know it, and I know it. We're all minstrels in the court of revolution, and I know it, oh, I know it, yeah. We're all writers of a new declaration, and I know it, yeah, I know it. We're all symbols of light and inspiration, and I know it, ooh, I know it. Going stronger, going faster, change is what we're chasing after. Innovation, elevation, conversations with new nations. Hey, ooh, limitless in everything. So all of our ideas, let's bring to the dawn of inspiration. Ooh, to the dawn of inspiration. To the dawn of inspiration. So I feel so honored to be here today, to participate in such a wonderful event like TEDxCharlotte. And this is a place I feel where ideas are shared in an open, embracing, and creative environment. And I'm more than thrilled to bring you some of the thoughts and ideas that come from the world that I'm involved in. Now, when I was first initially asked to appear and then speak at TEDxCharlotte, I was racking my brain, honestly, and trying to figure out what exactly am I going to talk about. I'm a songwriter, a performer, and a musician, and I've been in Charlotte for a little over 8 years. And I've grown to really love the artistic and music community that is based here in Charlotte. And so that is what I'm going to talk to you about today, but more importantly, the profession of what we do and how that relates to everyone in this room. So as I said, I come to you from the sometimes misunderstood and occasionally ostentatious world known as the music industry. Now, we are a community of dreamers, insomniacs, self-proclaimed rebels, entrepreneurial bootstrappers, creative loners, your new age hippies, your songwriting gypsies, gregarious drummers and rockers, vainglorious bassists, the epical MCs, the methodical composer, and so many other people in and between. But what I've realized about this very diverse and beautiful community and what links us is our urgent need to express. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. Now, as I realized and thought about the community that I'm involved in and how we exchange and how I love them so dearly, I realized that we're not just musicians or artists. I realized we are self-expressionalists. And I also realized that we're not just in the profession of music or art, we're in the profession of self-expression. Now let's talk about self-expression for just a second. I feel that there's this kind of misconception in society today that some people feel that self-expression should be left to the artistic types of society. You know, the painters and the dancers and the musicians. But I'd like to challenge that idea today. I'd like to share 2 definitions of self-expression that really stuck with me. And the first is this: self-expression is a cluster of values that includes social altruism, life satisfaction, public expression, and the aspiration to liberty. I feel that the aspiration to liberty is the part that I really love and really stands out, especially for today, because I feel that it speaks to the freedom of self, freedom of thought, the unlimited existence in being who you are and standing for who you are in an unrestrained form. The second definition I'd like to share with you is this: simple, but still very pertinent. Self-expression is sharing one's personality, thoughts, or ideas via speech or art. Now, in the context of today, I would like for us to broaden our minds in our thought about art, because art isn't just a painting or a song. I believe that art is in everything that we do. Now, in my journey as a self-expressionalist for years, I've learned 3 important things about self-expression that I would like to share with you today, and I feel that relates to all of us in this room. First, self-expression comes in many forms. So again, it's not just a prose, or it's not just a theatrical play, or it's not even just a dance. Self-expression is in everything that we do. It's what we eat. That pimento and quinoa was pretty good. It's how we dress. It's how we style our hair. It's how we communicate with others. It's the car we drive. It's how we accessorize our homes. Self-expression is in everything we do, because what we do is a public expression of our personality and our ideas and thoughts. The second thing I've learned about self-expression is that self-expression is a tool to impact your community. When I first started off as a singer-songwriter here in Charlotte, I had the privilege of seeing an artist and poet perform by the name of M.R. Blues. When I first saw M.R. Blues perform, I was so taken back. He was so inspiring. And as I continued to follow him and see him perform more, he was a poet. Whether there was 2 people in the room or 200, he always made sure that his presence was known and what he believed in was vibrant and heard. But I feel that not just M.R. Blues has that right and has that ability. Every single one of us in this room has the right and the ability to express ourselves in an impactful way in our community. So whether you're at a PTA meeting, or you're at the gym, or you're at the park, use that opportunity to impact your community by expressing yourself. The third thing I've learned about self-expression is that self-expression is limitless. I feel that once you express yourself, you give energy into the universe, and this is my theory. Energy doesn't really ever die. It just transforms and recreates. So once you express yourself, you're almost giving an immortality to what you believe in. A more simplified version or explanation is this: if I stand before you today and I say the word infinite, that means that now everyone in this room has received the word infinite and that energy. So you might go home and you might ponder that more, and then you might sit at the dinner table this evening and talk about the word infinite with your family. Then tomorrow they might go to school, or they might go to work, and they might talk about the word infinite and expound on that knowledge and expound on those thoughts that relate to that word. What I'm trying to say is that once you make the decision to express yourself, I feel that there is a limitless exponential life once you express. That is a very powerful thing. So as we continue to share in these monumental moments of thought in human history, I ask that each and every one of us in this room today realize we are all beacons of self-expression. We all are. No matter what your occupation is, no matter what your title is, we all have the ability to express in many forms, to impact our community, and to give in a way that lets our voice be limitless. So whether it's the funky tie that you wear to the next party, or it's the next proposal that you write, or the next poem that you cite, let your self-expression be a tool and an amplifier to leave a legacy in your community and the world. I am a sojourner of self-expression. I am a songwriter, a performer, and a musician. But you as well are a sojourner of self-expression. You are an innovator. You are a community activist. You are a thinker. So no matter what your title is, no matter what your career is, I feel that the most important profession of all, and the duty that we all must uphold, is the duty to express ourselves. Now, I'd like to share a story with you because I feel that this was one of my most earliest experiences with self-expression. When I was in about 3rd grade, I remember getting off the bus every day, and there was a man that lived about 3 houses down from us named Mr. Tucker. And Mr. Tucker was a strange man. He'd always be on his porch every day when I got off the bus. I felt like he lived on that porch, and he'd be out there till late afternoon, and I always wondered, why does Mr. Tucker get to sit on his porch all day and just stare off into the distance? He wouldn't be saying anything, he'd just be staring off into the distance, sitting on his porch. And I wondered, what does Mr. Tucker do? What is he thinking about? Why doesn't he have to go to school? Does he not work? So one day, I finally got off the bus and I asked my mom, I said, "Ma, can I go over and talk to Mr. Tucker?" And at this time when I was growing up, all the kids knew the elders, you respected your elders, and all the other adults in the neighborhood knew all the other adults, and there was kind of this trust level that you could actually let your kid go see another adult in the neighborhood and they would be all right. So anyway, my mom said, "Yeah, sure, you can go talk to Mr. Tucker." And Mr. Tucker, let me paint this picture. Mr. Tucker was kind of a strange man. He twitched a little bit. He didn't say hardly anything. What we knew him for was he'd sit on his porch. And so some of the kids in the neighborhood were scared of him. So anyway, I got up the guts and I said, "Ma, I want to go talk to Mr. Tucker." She said, "Sure." So I finished my snack and I went over to Mr. Tucker's porch and I sat down and I just had one question for him. I said, "Mr. Tucker, what are you thinking about?" And the conversation that sparked from that one question, many of the things that he talked about have stuck with me. And the thing about that conversation is that Mr. Tucker showed me it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, or where you're coming from. That you can express yourself, and some of the wisdom and insights that he gave me have stayed with me. Mr. Tucker was a strange man. He didn't talk a lot. But when he did, he impacted his community because he gave me wisdom and nuggets of life that I've carried on, and he impacted his community and that little child that was in his neighborhood. And it continues to show me that self-expression is limitless. From that conversation with him as a little child, I've had the privilege of being able to co-write a song with my good friend here, Red Jesse, about that very experience. And we're going to share that with you in just a moment. But the main thing that I want to say is that as we sing this song, and I hope it resonates some way, somewhere in your heart or in your mind or in your soul, that you take some of the things that we're going to talk about today, you take that somewhere, and it keeps exponentially growing. So if I leave you with one message today, it is this: no matter what your occupation is, no matter what your title is, no matter what your career is, we all have a duty to our community to express ourselves. The next piece and final piece we're going to do is a piece entitled Burn, Burn. Thank you. Sticks, I'm wild, I know, I shake and twitch. I stay on the porch these days with eyes real low but fists still raised. And I am a king, crown of light and powerful things. I am a world, I am a dream, I am the dark and I am the gleam. And I made my money off the potion of life. So listen closely, dear, and write this down twice. Four-leaf clovers, baby's tears, eagle smiles, mother's fears. Ounce of night, a pinch of day, a cup of sleep, hands of brain, then roll, roll, bend, bend, break, break, hold, hold, turn, turn, dance, dance, give birth, burn, burn, roll, roll, bend, bend, break, break, hold, hold, turn, turn, dance, dance, give birth, burn, 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 burn. the stars are unseen, and love is your boat on the eternal stream. And I made my money off the potion of life. So listen closely, dear, and write this down twice. I found my power in the fire of love. Diving inside, diving inwards. Oh, the keys made of four-leaf clovers, baby's tears, eagle smiles, mother's fears. Ounce of night, a pinch of day, a cup of sleep, hands of praying, then roll, roll, bend, bend, break, break, hold, hold, turn, turn,